I'm coming. I'm coming. I am coming. I am coming. Hold on. A lot of technical difficulties today, guys. Oh my goodness. There's so many pop ups right now. My laptop wanted to update. It was crazy and it's still installing stuff. So I don't know. It may restart on us. I have no idea, but hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quest Show. I am so sorry that I am late. This is awful. I don't have the background. I don't have my co-host. It's just here and just messy. But how is everyone doing out there? Again, welcome to the Quest Show. I am your host, Lana Quest. My lovely co-host had to work, so she is busy. She will be back next Thursday, I believe. So, unless she's holiday shopping and doing some last minute stuff, but I am here today. I would try to make it quick and orderly, but you know how I get. I start to yapping and it becomes a little messy. You are going to see me look down at my phone, just in case there's anyone in the chat. So you'll see me do that as well. There probably won't be anyone in the chat, so that is cool too. Anyway, so before we get started, I do want to ask people who have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share this video. Thank you to any new subscribers out there. I think there are a couple. And we're just going to jump right into what happened in this crazy week. I may miss some things. It is okay because I'm not going to get to everything. Been a pretty busy week with the holidays going on. So I'm probably going to miss some things, and I'm probably going to repeat some things that happened last week. So let's get into it. Hey, Donnie, it's just me. It's just me again. Glad you are here. I am great. I don't know where Mary is because I just talked to Mary. So Mary should be here. I don't know where Michelle Porter is. She should be here too. My co-host is working, so she has an excuse. I am doing okay. I see you in the chat, Donnie. Sorry, and I don't have my glasses, so I'm just typing anything. But let's start. Let's start with what's going on in the news. Donnie, I miss you on Twitter. I'll say that, but you know everyone's getting their account suspended, so it's getting pretty scary and toxic over in Twitter land. Anyway, let's start with what happened. Brittany Griner's home. I mean, I know last week, but I didn't do a live show last week. So Brittany Griner's home. Republicans are still bitching and moaning about, oh, you let the basketball player out. She's a criminal. You let her out only because she's black and she's queer. Whelan's still there. Like just all of the faux fake outrage is absolutely ridiculous. Like it's so ridiculous. Like you just gotta tell yourself, like, who are these fools that listen to this nonsense? I mean, I hate talking about it, but it is news. So we are gonna talk about it because it's happening and it's ridiculous because guess what? Republicans, they wanted you to vote for them. Why? Because they were gonna come out swinging, tackling inflation. They were gonna like handle your kitchen table issues. What else? They're gonna fight crime, immigration. You know, they were gonna do it all. Here they are whining that a black queer woman that had a small amount of, I don't know, weed or whatever she had, that has been in Russian captivity for what, over 8 months? Was it 10 months or so? Almost a year. They're upset that she's home. Who does that? Like just because she's an American. Her dad was also in the military. Yes. Brittany Griner is like a military brat. He served in the military. And here they are saying, sorry, sir, I know you served, but your daughter should still be a captive in Russia because, Whelan didn't get home. Like what? So then they didn't say that when Trevor Reed got out. Biden got Trevor Reed out. Did we forget about that? Trevor Reed was in Russia for a less amount of time than Whelan has been, but he got out first. Nobody else was complaining, saying he shouldn't be out, but let the Black woman get out. Oh, the Black queer woman, that's problematic. But whatever the case is, Brittany Griner is home. She is home with her family. Actually, I don't know if she's actually home. I think she's at the place where they're kind of taking care of her mental health and making sure that she is okay and all that. She's taking the time that she needs, and she's out there eating herself some ribs and stuff. So good for her. She is home. Oh, you're coming back to Twitter? Yes. Yay. I'm happy about that. That makes me very happy. So what else happened? So Brittany is home. Of course, the runoff happened. I don't know if I talked about this stuff. Like, I just haven't been here in so long. But here's the thing that I did want to talk about regarding the runoffs, because I've been not attacked on Twitter, but every time I make a tweet about Black women really coming out and like being the backbone of the Democratic Party, inside of the party and outside as just regular voters, because there's some statistics that came out from the Georgia runoffs, and Black women voted for Raphael Warnock. 93%. 93% of Black women voted for Warnock. The men didn't do too bad either. Black men, 85%. So Black men came out. Black men, I am so proud of Black men, because they are the pocket of people that are very hard to get motivated to come out and vote. And Black men did come out and vote, 85%. Now, look at the flip side. White women voted for Raphael Warnock, 30%. There lies the problem. That's how Trump got elected, because this Georgia runoff, these results is just a snapshot of what happens just in the country. That's how white women vote. White women vote with their white husbands, who also vote for Republicans, because white men voted for Raphael Warnock. Let's see how many. Can you guess? Less than the 30% of white women who voted for Warnock, 27. So you're talking about 93% of white men voted for Walker. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the white women. So every time I tweet about that, they get upset. Like when I mention it, they get very defensive. When I say, well, Black women came out, they go, well, white women did too. Yeah, y'all came out, but you came out for Walker. Like you came out for Walker. You act like these things aren't impacting you. If your daughter is raped and you need your daughter to have an abortion, that impacts you too. Like, I'm so flabbergasted. You want women need to have equal pay. Republicans aren't out here talking about equal pay. So white women, why are you voting for them? Like there's no benefit for you. It really isn't. It's just not. So I did want to discuss that. 5%. Yeah, no, you're really close, because it's definitely pretty low. What else is happening in the news? Forgive me again. I'm not accustomed to being alone here, so I'm not organized as I should be, because I am alone. So we do know that affirmative action is, they have not made a decision on affirmative action. It is being heard in the Supreme Court, it's going to be gone. And that's another one, white women, right? Affirmative action. Affirmative action is not something that's just like, oh, it gives Black people, that's how Black people get jobs, is because of the quotas. That's just not what affirmative action does. Affirmative action is here to ensure that Black, not even just Black, right? Marginalized people are treated fairly so that we're not locked out of jobs, right? So that you do take race in consideration. That is not the soul of why you're getting hired. And stop acting like that would ever be the sole purpose of any hire, because we already know as Black people that we have to work twice as hard, right? Our resume has to be twice as good. Our education has to be way better to get the same job as a white person, especially a white man. Look at Katanji. Look at her. Her record is outstanding. That is the only way she was going to go in there. She couldn't be just a regular person, regular college, regular judge. No, she had to go to Harvard. She had to write these articles. Like, she had to clerk for it had to be bigger than big. But the interesting thing about affirmative action is that white women are like the biggest recipients of it. Because who do you think the company is going to hire if it's a Black man and a white woman? Say the same credentials, or maybe the Black man has a little more credentials. You know what they're going to do? They're going to go with the white woman. And then they're going to go, yep, got our diversity, got a woman. That's what they do. It's easy. My law firm, there's no Black attorneys. Got a bunch of women, though. It's diversity, right? This is the women. The women make it diverse. Not Black women. This is a white woman. So white women, you are a beneficiary of affirmative action. What's going to have them hiring you if this is gone? It's just going to be heterosexual males, white men, heterosexual white men. That's what they want. So that's what's going on. Pay attention to that, people. And this is why we always say, like, voting is so important, because look what we got now. We have a Supreme Court that's just, what to call it, corrupt. They're corrupt. Brett Kavanaugh, wasn't he over there having a party with like the people from CPAC? Matt Gaetz and Stephen Miller, like the architect of putting kids in cages and breaking up brown people from their families. That's Stephen Miller, that guy. Brett Kavanaugh was partying with those people. Like, that's some stuff right there. Hey, Mary. Yeah, Brett Kavanaugh. Like, the corruption is, they don't eat that. Like, we say this all the time. Republicans don't care who sees anymore. They are just doing it. They feel like they are covered. No one can do anything. They say what they want to say. And now the Supreme Court justices are like, who cares? They already know that we're in the pocket of the Republicans. They already know. They've seen that. They've done the investigative reporting. They know that we go to parties together. They know that we're getting cases so we can rule on these cases. They know. That's why Brett Kavanaugh is at this party with CPAC. They don't care. Clarence Thomas is like, recuse what? Yeah, my wife planned a coup. Who cares? He's not going anywhere. They don't care. Alito's out there making Black Santa and Ku Klux Klan jokes. Like, this is like, it is baffling where we're at. And then I watch, and forgive me because I'm jumping, and then I watched the unveiling of Nancy Pelosi's portrait. Did you guys see that? Donnie, Mary, did you guys see that? It was very sweet, right? Unveiling of the Speaker of the House portrait. She's the only woman Speaker of the House. So she's the only woman that's going to be hanging with the rest of those portraits. And John Boehner showed up. Remember who John Boehner is? John Boehner was the Republican Speaker of the House in a different time. In a different time. He cried, like he spoke, he hugged her, he kissed her. He said, my kids said, wanted me to give you their best or whatever. And he was crying, but that was when politics was polite. Like you fought with each other, but these are your co-workers. You're still polite, but now you have like a whole different crew. They polite what? Marjorie Taylor Greene is not polite. These people were making fun of her husband, senior husband, who was attacked with a hammer. And they think it's funny. Like, everyone wants to be a comedian? Like, how is that funny? No one's talking about Ted Cruz's daughter. No one's saying anything bad about her, because the Democrats have decorum. Let that have been Biden's kid. All bets would have been off. They wouldn't have cared how old that person is. All bets would have been off. But no one has said a word about Ted Cruz's daughter in a negative way. But he continues to be out there retweeting conspiracy theories and all of that business. Like, it's just insane. I'm gonna take a minute to read what you guys are saying. I know, how did we get jobs before affirmative action? We didn't. We didn't get jobs, or we got the worst jobs ever. Affirmative action has been around forever, but did we really get the jobs? We really did not get the jobs. What jobs were we getting? We were getting the shit jobs. That's what we were getting. Cleaning up, maid. You could be somebody's mammy and have a baby sucking on your dick. Like, you could do that all day long. You could clean some houses. You can clean some toilets. You can clean the street. Maybe you could be a garbage man. Those are the jobs that they were giving Black people back then. Some broke through, became celebrities and actors and actresses. Some, that wasn't a lot. So affirmative action was so that we could get those other jobs, the jobs that had the benefits, right? The jobs where you could retire from. Those are the jobs that they were locking us out of. The jobs at like the factory jobs, right? Which people shit on factory jobs right now. But those jobs were big jobs back then, because that you could get a retirement. There were benefits that came with those jobs. Those are the jobs that they did not want us to have. They did not want us to work for like driving buses or driving trains, being cops. Before affirmative action, were there Black cops? How was that happening? Right? So it's the type of jobs. Yep, we got jobs, but they were the shit jobs. Affirmative action helped us break through to get better paying jobs. It was saying, no, you cannot discriminate against us due to the color of our skin. You can't do that anymore. And we need protections like that, because Black people don't own all of the companies. So as long as we don't own the companies like that, what is the check and balance for us if we don't have affirmative action? Unless you're working for a company, most law firms and most companies now, they pride themselves in diversity, right? So that's a good thing. That's a saving grace. But other than that, what's schools? Why would schools let Black people in? They're just not going to do it, which may not be a bad thing, because HBCUs, y'all about to get some high enrollment. People are going to be enrolling into some HBCUs, and that makes me happy. I'm proud about that. Elon is banning my journal friends on Twitter. This could be very well be the end. Yeah, I saw, what's his name? Rupert? Something like that just got banned. And JB did show, but you know what? We keep fighting. Let them ban. We have to do what we do. I had to delete a tweet today because I said Trump suggested that people ingest ivermectin, which he did. But then someone DM'd me and said, one of my friends got suspended from saying that Trump did that. So I'm like, oh, let me delete this. So, just be safe out there on Twitter. Say and do how we can, find special ways to say things so we're not suspended. Not that we just love to be on Elon Musk's platform. That's not the thing. But we want to be there because we can't let those racist, bigot voices be the only voices in the room. Because remember, that is how Trump won. Because those trolls, bots from Russia, bots from China, like they were just putting out so much misinformation, disinformation. So our voices have to be heard. We need to be there to combat it, even though maybe nobody listens, maybe only one person we get, but it just has to be a balance. We can't give up and just say, you know what, we're going to let them have it. Nah, we fight to the end. So I'm going to fight to the end. So we've talked about Brett Kavanaugh having a party with the CPACs, talked about affirmative action. We talked about white women not coming out to vote the way they should. And I would urge them to stop being so sensitive and defensive just because Black women are showing up. It's not a contest. Just tell your peeps, hey, we got to do better. So that's what I expect from them. What else happened? Yeah, since we're talking about Elon Musk, I did read some figures about that. So since he took over Twitter, the N-word, guess how much the N-word has gone up? Guess the percentage. Like, just guess. Come on, Donnie, give it a guess. What's the percentage that the N-word has gone up? People are saying it more and more and more on Twitter. What's that percentage like? Will Blacks ever be given equality, or is it something we should build ourselves? I think it's both. I think we should be building things ourselves, but we should also be demanding equality, because why not? Like, again, I'm not for the giving in to anyone. Like, I should be able to go any place. I don't care, even if Blacks built things themselves, which at this point, that would be you and I, all of us will be dead by the time there will be a whole system that Black people have, because you're talking about a whole banking system. You're talking about all of that. That will take years and years to have. But even if we did have it, you still want to be able to go over to any side you want to go over. I don't want to be segregated. I personally do not want to be segregated like that. I think that we're just going to have like just Blacks, like no whites, like no one else could come in. Like, I don't really understand that, but I do believe that we should have our own. I believe we should have our own schools. And a lot of people are doing that, especially in Florida with Ron DeSantis, erasing Black history from the books, erasing slavery from the books, saying the founding fathers did not own slaves. Like, DeSantis is out there being a whole ass. Like, there's no books about, queer people. Like, he's just getting rid of all of it. He doesn't even want queer teachers teaching kids. So with that going on, there are a group of Black parents who are now taking homeschooling to a new level. So, when you homeschool, typically you as a parent have to be home, and it's a little different. So you're not really teaching your kid. The state has a whole like program online that the kid has to do and whatever, and get these benchmarks, whatever. So it's done that way. But what these Black families are doing, they're doing homeschooling as a group. So it's almost a school of children doing it together so that parents can continue to work outside of the home. It's really cool. I don't remember what it's called, but I know it's catching on in different states. So again, that's us finding a way of doing our own things. Like, if you don't want to teach us this, we're going to do it ourselves. So I am absolutely for that, but I am not going to stop fighting for my rights to be and to go wherever I want to go. If I want to go into a restaurant that's deemed white, I'm going. Like, like no one's going to say, no, go to your black. No, that's not what we're going to do. We're not going back to that place. We should have our own, in addition to those places, and we should be able to interchange. But yes, we should have more of our own stuff. I absolutely agree. 500% more. Mary, you're close. It's 202%, but it's going to get to 500 in like a couple of months. Don't you worry your pretty little head. That N word is spiking up like nobody's business. The F word, you know, the slur that they call homosexuals, that's gone up 58%. The C word, which people out here saying the C word still, like this, that's so ew. 33%. They're definitely attacking the trans community with those words. So that's up like 62% since Elon. But you know, he'll continue to ban the accounts of people who are speaking facts, people who are calling him out because he acts like his feelings aren't getting hurt, but apparently they are. I don't know, but you know what? We do what we do, and we continue to report these people that are doing this. That's all we do. We just keep up the fight, y'all. Just keep it up. So did everyone see Trump's big announcement? What y'all think about that? Did you see the commercial? What? Trump's like a little obsessed with superheroes and like, well, what was that? That's so odd. And it's so funny because I guess people, when he said big announcement, and I kind of got caught too. I'm like, big announcement? Well, he definitely ain't now. He's not backing out of this presidency. That's not a thing. So like, what could it, his support? I thought he was going to endorse McCarthy. That's what I thought, but I guess that's not that big of an announcement. And someone had mentioned like, oh, he's going to announce that Carrie Lake is going to be his vice president. I'm like, huh. But here he comes with his grip, like, yo, $99 for a digital trading card. $99, like $100. What is a digital trading card? What is that? So he doesn't mail you the physical card. You pay $100 and you get like a picture of Donald Trump as a superhero. What is it going to be worth money like in 2,000 years? I'm so confused with it. But that was the thing. Like, who thought of that? It's tough when you got all those lawsuits flying around and you just trying to get a penny from anywhere you can. And that's really what this is. And it's like, his supporters are going to buy this thing. I'm pretty sure that they are. But they complained about inflation. They complained about their pocketbook issues. They complained about gas. They complained about the price of food. But they're going to buy $99 digital trading card. Make it make some sense. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Right wings ban and blamed advisors, though. Yeah, he is proving how broke he is. Like, he's got to be really broke to do what he did with that digital trading card. Like, that shit is crazy. And I also think he's selling like some type of wine gift basket for Christmas. Like, I think that's happening too. Oh my God. It's awful. He's not even campaigning. Like, he literally must be waiting for the shoe to drop. Like, he just doesn't know when it's going to happen, but he knows it's going to happen. Like, that is great too. And I want him to stay running for president. I hope he's running for president when he's indicted. Like, that's just better for us, because Ron DeSantis is very dangerous. He is Donald Trump in a better fitting suit. just a more boring version of it. Whereas Donald Trump will tell you, go back to your country. Ron DeSantis will just politely put you on an airplane or something and fly you back. Like, he's not going to announce the bad stuff that he's doing. He's going to do it like underhanded where you can't see it. And that's the thing that makes him very dangerous, because a lot of people may be fooled by him. But then again, maybe not, he does well for Florida, because Florida's Florida. Like, Florida's just lost. That Florida's not the general election. So that's probably not going to fly with, America. Don't say gay. You got to tell me if you're a Democrat or Republican before you can work here. Like, it's just, Ron DeSantis is awful. It's just awful. Anyway, speaking of accomplishments, not to toot Biden's horn, but, been doing his damn thing. Even if you're not necessarily a Biden person, but you're a Democrat, you have to admit Biden's out here just doing things. It's like in 7 days, he's gotten Brittany Griner out. He's eased inflation some. It slowed down a little bit. Gas prices is still going down. I mean, there are more jobs being added. And he's just out here doing it. And then they just signed the Respect for Marriage Act. Come on, he is doing it. And for everyone out there who's a little pissed off, because I know, people really don't understand politics, really don't understand how government works. And like the first thing we want to say is like, well, gee, he signed the Respect for Marriage Act, but he didn't do the George Floyd Policing Act, or what about the Voting Rights Act? That's why we voted. That's why we came out and vote. Yes, we understand. Some things just can't get passed in the way that we have it set up right now. Some things, we have the Senate. We needed the Senate. You guys needed to come out and vote. Thank you. Because if we did not have the House and we did not have the Senate, then we would have nothing. Then everything starts to get rolled back. Everything, all of the good stuff that Biden has done starts to get rolled back. So at least we have the Senate to stop those things from happening. And the Senate can take care of certain things that we need to have done. For instance, stopping the government from getting shut down. You know what? That's important, because there's a lot of people who work for the government. And if the government gets shut down, those people don't have any jobs. If the government gets shut down, that will impact you too. So these things take time. If we had the House then and the Senate, boy, we could have gotten rid of the filibuster. Like there was going to be no end to what we could have done. Now it's just going to take a little more work, and we need bipartisan. So what the administration is going to do is try to pass all the things that they can pass with bipartisan participation. Things that, don't have bipartisan participation is going to be very hard. The House is not going to pass anything. Like, they're not going to look at any bills because they're too busy acting like they are going to be investigating Hunter Biden. Like, it's all going to be a show. It's all theatrics. Maybe they've hired some casts and a director or something like that, because there is no laptop. It's like, how are you investigating Hunter Biden? And like, who are you? Like, why? Since when? He's a citizen. Why is Congress like investigating? That is just so stupid. It's just really dumb. But they're so concerned about your kitchen table issue. I mean, is Hunter Biden at y'all's kitchen table? No? Okay, so I'm not sure why they are so concerned about it. So that is Trump's big announcement. Yeah, the Fed raised the interest rates and stocks tumbled. Plenty of rich folks are crying real tears right now. Yeah, they sure are. And it's so funny because they were talking about that today, and I don't understand all of the awe, but I know that the economy is still stable. But part of the reason why inflation hasn't risen the way it's been rising, so it slowed down a little bit. But I guess we wouldn't be having this issue if we had people to fill a lot of these jobs. So I guess like there's so many jobs being added to the market and we don't have enough people to fill the jobs. So that's part of the problem. Um, I'm thinking a lot of people just died from COVID. Like that, those jobs were left. We lost millions of people. So that's a big impact right then and there. We creating a lot of jobs and we have jobs, but we just don't have anyone to fill these jobs. That's a drain on the economy. So that's part of the issue. But I'm just glad that gas prices are a little low because I just had to get some heating oil. It was expensive, but it wasn't as expensive as it was before. So thank you, Biden. I don't know, but I don't know, but I know I'm not going to buy any training cars. You know, something else happened spectacular and I didn't really understand it. Perhaps you guys understand it. I'm not going to try to explain it, but there's a big deal about nuclear fusion. I am not a scientist. I don't know about nuclear fusion, but I know that there was a breakthrough. There's something about ignition. Something ignited, like they were able to ignite nuclear fusion. So I guess the big point is that at some point, because they were able to ignite this and get nuclear fusion, that at some point we will be able to do away with fossil fuels and I guess get our energy naturally kind of way. Like that's kind of the basis of this is what I heard. Like I said, I didn't try to do a deep dive. I don't think I want to do a deep dive. I listened to like a couple of scientists on MSNBC and my head started to spin as they were talking because I'm like, okay, that's just a lot. Just give me the basics. I don't need all the meat and the potatoes. Just give me like a simple meal because I didn't understand all of that other stuff. The new clean energy, I wonder how much they're going to charge us for that. You know what, Donnie? Even if we get charged for clean energy, I think at the end of the day, it'll be worth it because I would rather pay a little more for some clean energy than pay less for what we're doing now that's going to have our children paying in the future, you know, because what we're doing now is not working. Pollution is not working. The weather is all fucked up. Like, you know, you down south is getting snow. London had a heat wave. Like it's the hurricanes are getting stronger. Like it's getting bad. Like at some point, right, the earth we won't be able to live on the earth. Well, we'll be dead by then, but like our children's children, like we really at this point need to be thinking about the future and what we're leaving them with. And if we don't start fixing this now, like right now, at some point it will be too late. Like it really will be too late. So I'm all for just broke my pen, paying a little more money for some clean energy because you know what? I pay a little more money for a lot of stupid things that I don't need to be paying a little more money for. People out here paying a little more money for doggone sneakers and iPhones and Apple Music and cable. Like, I don't know. I'd rather pay a little more money for clean energy and get rid of cable. Like, I don't know. So it just makes sense. We just got to do things that make sense at this point, and everything costs more money. That's just how it's just how it is at this point. Like I've come to accept it. What else happened? Because it's getting late. I think we've kind of went on everything. I did want to touch on. Oh, right. So, I wanted to talk about mourning, grief, suicide, So, of course, as we all know, DJ Twitch committed suicide on, I believe it was Tuesday. Um, Suicide among the Black community has increased like twofold. Like before, you never really heard about it, but lately, it's really getting bad. A few days after Thanksgiving, a family member of mine, he was 23 years old, committed suicide. I haven't talked about it much. It's very sad because he's a young kid, bright kid. Oh, God, just a bright kid, right? But mental illness, he had mental illness, schizophrenia, that was really not checked, not on the proper medications. It's hard because you always think back and you say, I should have seen the signs. I should have known. Should have gave him extra hugs. And the truth is, like, you can't spot sometimes when someone is sick or in danger or needing that help. Like it's not something outward that you're going to see because it's an inner issue that they're having with themselves. And I guess with some people, you would notice like a change in their character. If they're more withdrawn, you can notice those things. But with a lot, look at DJ Twitch, the TikTok that he did the day before with his family dancing, right? And I watched it and I'm looking at his eyes and I'm like, how would you would not know, right? I don't know if you've ever just been that low, right? It doesn't matter and he did it, DJ Twitch, the holidays are in 2 weeks. My family member right after Thanksgiving, right after being with family, because that is not what you're thinking about at that moment. You're thinking about, I want the pain to go away. That's all. You just want the pain to go away. And I don't know, of course, I'm not a counselor, not a doctor. I am just here talking about my personal experience. And, we always say check in on your family, which you should be doing anyway. You should be checking in on your family anyway. You should be giving those extra hugs anyway, because you never know when your last hug is going to be or your last conversation is going to be, right? So you should be doing that anyway. But I don't want anyone to feel guilt because they didn't catch something, right? Because oftentimes we can't catch it. We don't know. It's interesting because my own son, for like the longest, anger issues, school problems, like just anger was out of pocket. Like he was always out of place and couldn't handle when things went wrong for him. And I would just watch that all the time because in the back of my head, because I'm just a thinker and I always think, I don't know, I probably think the worst all the time, which is not good ever. But I always was like, wow, I don't want him to commit suicide. Like I would have the thought about my own son. So I think that's why when this particular family member did it, it really hit me hard because I'm like, wow, that could have been my son. It could have been my son because they were together. They're cousins. Like that could have been my son. And I watched my son and my girls would be like, you're babying him, you're babying him. And sometimes, as mothers, we know things and people are like, no, you're babying him. You got to just, kick him out there, let him go, be on his own. And I'm like, not babying him. This kid needs extra. and I know that he needs extra. So I'm giving him the extra that he needs. So, moms know oftentimes, and I know I'm rambling, but the bottom line is, yeah, it is a season to be jolly, but I think this is also a season where people are really depressed during these times, like really depressed. The hotline is 988. They've made it very simple. People lose their jobs, people get divorced. I don't know why people choose to get, break up during these times, but that's what happens. And sometimes you could be around all the family in the world and still be lonely as hell and still be in pain. Like, I know I felt it, like after separating from my ex. And I know that seems like who goes through anything with that, but you do, right? Like, it's such an emotional pain, and that emotional pain is so, it's like, it's worse than physical pain, because physical pain, you're like, okay, I can take something for it, or that it's going to go away at some point. Emotional pain is every minute of every day, and you have to still function and put on a mask and act like everything is okay when you're hurting inside. Like, the emotional pain is worse than any physical pain I've ever experienced in my whole life. And the only thing you want to do is shut your eyes, go to sleep, and not wake up. Because when you wake up, you got to go through that pain all over again. So that's why people suffer inside. They're not suffering outside, they're suffering inside. So the only thing that we can do is we can listen to people, we can give those hugs and give the support as much as we can. And yeah, be jolly. It is the holiday. Christmas is in 2 weeks. Have you not shopped? Please tell me you guys have shopped if you celebrate Christmas. I did everything online right after Thanksgiving. I hate stores. I don't really like people. What I deal with people, I don't know. But yeah. Do you guys want to do quotes? I have a couple. Got 6 minutes. Yeah, holidays will not get you out of depression. You're absolutely right. Holidays make people more depressed because oftentimes we don't have enough money to get people what they want. People lose jobs during the holidays. That's horrific. I would say that the holiday season is probably when suicides happen the most. So you got the kids gifts. I don't like people like that either. Oh my God, a guy shop the mall? No, I do everything online. I hate malls. Malls make me itch. I've never liked stores that have a bunch of stuff all over the place. It makes me very anxious, although I hate giving my money to Amazon like that, but it is very convenient. Columbia has some great stuff on sale. The Nike store has some great stuff on sale. So, like, I don't know what you late comers are going to do, because now the cost of shipping to get your stuff before Christmas is going to be very difficult for everyone. So I am just glad that I am absolutely and completely finished. I have 4 children and a grandson, and between all of us, that is a lot of money, because it's just us doing it. We kind of like to just get each other all of the things that we like for this one time of the year. So I don't know. I enjoy it because I enjoy my kids sometimes. You want to do the quotes? Okay. I have a couple. I didn't do a lot because I wasn't going to do the quotes. So I only have a couple, and we'll do them in a few minutes. I really appreciate you, Mary and Donnie. So the first quote, let's do this. First quote is, Republicans were like pigs at the trough. It was a pardon palooza. Who said this? I will give you a hint and I'll read it again. The hint is it's a woman. She is on MSNBC. Republicans were like pigs at the trough. It was a pardon palooza. Speaking on all the Republicans that were lining up at Trump's feet to kiss him and ask for a pardon. Republicans were like pigs at the trough. It was a pardon palooza. Tick, tick, tick. Oh, everyone, I'm sorry. This is what happens when I'm by myself. We're playing quotes, and questions. This is typically the game that we play during a regular show where I read some quotes and then the people in the chat guess the answers to the quotes. Again, I apologize. This is not a regular show, so my bearings are a little off. Joy Reedster. Oh, good answer. Republicans were like pigs at the trough. It was a pardon palooza. MSNBC, a woman, white woman. She called Trump ex-president sticky fingers. Same woman. I love her. Ex-Republican. That's another hint. Wasn't Joy Reid. Republicans were like pigs at the trough, pardon palooza. MSNBC, white woman. I'm just gonna give it to you because it's almost 9 o'clock. Nicole Wallace. Yeah, see, Rachel, I love Rachel, but she doesn't have those. She doesn't come up with these little tidbits like Nicole Wallace and Joy Reid does. Because let me tell you, Nicole Wallace, she's hilarious. Ex-president Sticky Fingers, you can't beat that. So she said it was a pardon palooza. Next quote. I told you they were weirdos. This is a Republican lawmaker in the Senate talking about the candidates that Trump put up. I told you they were weirdos. Republican Senator Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash. What? I told you they were weirdos. Republican senator. White Republican senator talking about Donald Trump's picks. Oh, wait, where are we at? Don't know her name. Are you guys still talking about Nicole Wallace? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so confused. Not Schumer, Republican senator. A Republican senator talking about Donald Trump's picks. He was not too happy with them at all. Y'all know Donald Trump teased his wife and he did nothing. Oh my God, Donald Trump teased a lot of senators' wives, Republican senators' wives. Wow. Jeez Louise. He was very vocal about not liking Herschel Walker. First name rhymes with itch. I know. That's why you said Ted Cruz. That's why I had to clarify that, because he talked about a lot of people's wives. And he wouldn't have said that they were weirdos. Ted Cruz would have never said that Trump's picks were weirdos. He would have never went against Trump. Take somebody with a little more. Yes. Mitch McConnell. Yes, absolutely. Mitch McConnell said, I told you they were weirdos. One more because it is after 9 o'clock. Let's see. This is an easy one. No, not Ted Cruz. Mary is way behind here. Mitch McConnell was the answer to the last one. Last quote. You're one tough cookie. This was said during Nancy Pelosi's portrait unveiling. You're one tough cookie. Who said that? He is not a lawmaker anymore. He is an ex-lawmaker, an ex-Speaker of the House. He came in to wish Nancy Pelosi well. Ex-Republican Speaker of the House. Not Spicer. Is that his name? Spicer? Spicer? I don't even remember his name. Republican. Ex-Republican Speaker of the House. You're one tough cookie, referring to Nancy Pelosi after her portrait was unveiled. Newt Gingrich? Oh, that's a good guess. John Boehner. Yes. Good job, John Boehner. You're one tough cookie, he said through tears. Anyway, that's the last quote. I am going to wrap it up. I'll do better next week. I will have a full list of quotes. I will be very organized. Maybe. Don't know. Donnie, thank you. I look forward to seeing you back on Twitter. Hey, Artie, we are wrapping it up. George Bush, Mary, go to sleep. But that is a good answer, though, because George Bush would do that. I'm surprised George Bush wasn't there. I like George Bush, even though he was, not a great president. He's not a bad man. So anyway, everyone, thank you for showing up. Artie, catch us in a rewind there. Please watch the show. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. No, it's okay, Artie. It's fine. Come back next Thursday. We've been on and off anyway. It's been the holidays are a little tough. But thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Artie, for popping up. Thank you, anyone else out there watching. Hopefully, Honor will be on next week. And I will see you later. Again, hug your loved ones, man.